Ramp up the speed and spin with the Head Boom MP 2026. Now in its third iteration, the Boom MP remains a fast-feeling racket that offers easy depth and spin. Head adds Hy-Bor technology to this version to increase stability and offer a connected feel. Otherwise, much remains the same, and the racket continues to feature a 100 square inch head size, 16 by 19 string pattern, low 11-ounce strung weight, and a stiffness rating in the low 60s. I was really excited to see the two new cosmetics of the Boom MP. I opted to go with the purple one because purple is my favorite color. The two rackets do play exactly the same. The only difference is the color of them. I did hit with both. When I was on the baseline, I really enjoyed the access to depth. I was getting lots of net clearance, and it was easy to hit with lots of topspin. I didn't find that my slice shots, though, were really heavy, but I could still hit them and get them in a defensive shot situation. As I moved forward to net, I most appreciated the maneuverability of this racket. It's really quick to get into position. It did get pushed around a little bit. It is a little bit lighter than the racket that I'm used to playing with. However, I thought that if you did stick it, you got some good depth and easy pace. At serve, I enjoyed easy net clearance, good access to spin. I was getting some good pace numbers, although the racket wasn't hitting the heaviest of serves. Overall, I really enjoyed this racket because it swung so quickly. I could really get myself out of some jams because I could just accelerate it so quickly. And I think this racket is a good fit for intermediate players who are looking for a comfortable racket that offers easy depth and spin.
I was on the playtest for the outgoing Boom MP, and I feel like this update feels very similar to that racket in terms of on-court playability. I think the standout feature of these rackets is just how user-friendly they are. They're really easy to swing. I felt like I could easily generate lots of racket head speed and get a lot of topspin on my shots. And even when I'm on the run, stretched out wide, or if I'm kind of jammed and got a hit of a pickup volley, I felt like I could quickly get the racket into position to hit the next ball. I think the biggest update here with this racket is in the feel department. I felt like the previous version was a bit too muted for my taste, and with the addition of Hy-Bor in this update, I feel like it's much more responsive feeling. I really like that kind of more connected feel I had with my shots. I just really like the Hy-Bor addition to these rackets. Really the only downside for me is in the power department, specifically the top end power. I feel like this racket is really great to rally with, really easy to just use. But when it came to point play and when I wanted to put shots away or try to hit winners, that's where I noticed that I was having more difficulty because I just couldn't really get the power that I needed. Overall, I really enjoyed this update for that Hy-Bor technology. It really increased the feel for me. If you're looking for an easy racket to use, very user-friendly, good spin, good depth, this is definitely one to check out.
I've always had a bit of a tough time with previous Boom generations. They've always been a little bit flighty for me, and I've struggled in terms of the feel. I will say though that with this 2026 update, I think the Boom line is trending in the right direction. I absolutely loved this thing on ground strokes, just really fun to hammer shots off either wing with. And I was really surprised at how well this racket did when either injecting or absorbing pace. Just really seamless as far as ratcheting up the intensity and racket head speed if need be. But I will say that's probably the highlight of the playtest for me. I struggled a little bit more so up at net with this racket. I was having a harder time getting depth on my volleys, so I tended to go for shorter angle shots to make more points happen at that part of the court. On serve, I felt like the racket was lacking a little bit of pop as well. I was getting decent pace and spin, but probably just not quite the depth through the court I was looking for in that area. And same thing on returns. I try to stay pretty aggressive on return and pick smaller targets to go after, but I didn't really always trust this racket in that area either. I do think that this racket is a great experience from the baseline, but I did have a harder time with it on serve, like I mentioned. So for me, that's going to make it a little bit harder to use in the long run.
I was really excited for this play test because I've never had the opportunity to hit with a Boom before. First and foremost, not so much on the technical side, but I did really like the color of this racket. It was fun to see purple out there. It's not a color you often see on the court, so that made it really fun for me. From a playability standpoint, this racket was really fun to hit with. It's very comfortable and easy on the arm, and the racket head speed is really nice given how light it is. But on the flip side, the racket head weight also means that the stability is not as high, and when balls came faster, it was a little bit easier for the racket to get pushed around, which was not my favorite thing. But overall, this speed I was able to create with this racket and spin was really nice. I found it a little lacking in depth, but overall it was a really fun racket to hit with. We strung these rackets with head links tour at 53 pounds. For more information on these rackets or any others, visit Tennis Warehouse, Tennis Warehouse Europe, or Tennis Only.